as we start to open into the mental ranges of the masculine energies within the field scope. So we're looking at the patterning and the architecture through what we describe or how we frame these energies in terms of distortion, as we call it, the Dark Mother. So if we were to take on these energies into our own field based on these distorted expressions and experiences, we would recreate it through our field, which would be within a different range. So here, in order just to describe this kind of descension of the energies, looking at the hierarchy, we could describe this as the distorted feminine, or the toxic daughter energy, where she picks this up. Now again, this is not females in particular, it's a feminine energy, so we're referencing it in terms of mother and daughter, and yet any of us, whether we be male or female, have this in our field. So it's just a reference, it's just a way to understand and navigate these energies, so that when we are exposed to distortion, we recreate an energetic field based on those influences. We can call it many things. We can call it interference, but when we use words like that, it starts to create a sense of not having power or control over our own energy field. So we say we are being influenced by these energies, and really then the work becomes recognizing where we have been influenced in an unhealthy way, or in a way that does not serve our highest light and our highest purpose here, and where we have built upon that. So we start to dismantle now. This is through the masculine ranges, because we take it on through some kind of external experience, or again, energetic influence. So taking through that, let's say here on earth, it's a matter state. So the masculine range of this, which would then be to take Dark Mother distortion and create into our own energy field based upon it. Again, this would be unknowingly that this is happening, and yet the work is to see where we are not in alignment with our truth and our light, where we aren't holding into our highest potential. And to look at that and start to dismantle from this perspective, from inside out now, looking internally at the self, where we are not within our own integrity, where we are creating labels, where we are turning a blind eye, where we are excusing our own behavior. This is the toxic daughter. This is distorted feminine, although I hesitate to use that phrase because of the way the earth realm talks about feminine energy, goddess energy. It can be misconstrued. So looking at the toxic daughter, this is taking Dark Mother energy and creating a reality based upon distortion in our own energy fields. Good. Coming into the left side of the mind here. Starting to bring source light here. And we can look at this in terms of the family dysfunction, family dynamics, right? If we are born into a family that is toxic, we don't know anything different. We think this is the way life is supposed to be until we run into other people, other relationships, other situations where we start to see something different. We can become highly confused and highly ashamed, actually. And that shame is what causes us to continue to hide our own distortion. So where we are starting to open up the fields through the base of the brain here now, that we are no longer in allowance of this hiding the true self. Hiding the distortion within our field, which keeps our light locked away. This is very can feel the energies here wanting to squirm and run away. Through the human. So we hold the fields here to receive the light within compassion, within grace. Good. Through the masculine ranges, we bring this in. We bring in this witnessing of the highest order. Attuning through the heart, opening through the heart base. And let's call up all of the geometries of your essence tribe, your soul tribe, your soul memory group. And let's lay out these geometries here. We start to take a look at them, start to take a look at their spins, their arrangements, their organization, or rather the disorganization within them. Good. We can feel this through the front of the mind. The mind resists this very heavily. And yet this is okay. We're digging in. We're saying no more to the distortion, to the disruption. These fear-based energies, and where this was connecting directly into the biology, right, through the glandular systems, through this fight or flight response. This is what has been running the human. Keeping the distortion biologically intact. Good, so we're just going to start to set up the base of the fields. This is a massive clearing coming through for the collective within the earth realm. And good, so extending back through the cosmic lineages as well, clearing through the base, through the left hip, through the back of the right side of the head. Opening through the core and bringing in the solar light. Chai ai no kochoshi shatakai chashaki. Shotokoshoshi shataki chashaki. And so also we're looking at where, when we feel distortion within the fields, how we come up with a story to explain it away. And we do this intervention upon the intervention. And yet all of it has been within distortion. This kind of offloading. This inability or this disability in order to not take responsibility fully for one's own light field. We are creator beings. We are capable of clearing and processing our own energies, and yet where are we continuing to give our power away to these false stories of influence and attack within the field ranges, calling up the highest form of integrity, utmost integrity through the field ranges, clearing through the core. Good. Just starting to set this into the earth realms here. Through the land, through all forms of grid points. What is perceived as destabilizing because it is coming in to clear the distortion. Let us reorient through the mind now. Flipping and shifting these spins of disability. Good. Sha'a tokoya ashashi shatokoya. Good. Reversing these reversal spins within the human biology. Within the masculine ranges. We set all back to the initial origin point. As it is within. so it becomes without as it is so.